A bank siege that's not really a bank siege, set in 1980s apartheid South Africa. So Silverton Siege is the new Netflix film that just got released in Australia here. It's a South African thriller drama that centers around a group of freedom fighters who found themselves in a bank in central Pretoria in 1980s South Africa, and the events that followed that siege of the bank. Now that's the basic plot of the film. This is a film based on real events, so you can just go on Google and find what actually happens if you're not terribly interested in watching the dramatized version of this movie, because they do take a few liberties here and there, because you kind of have to for this kind of Hollywood style movie. There are a lot of conversations throughout this film that you probably feel went differently in real life, but for the sake of the film and what the filmmakers want the audience to be feeling, it is stellar. Like, the writing in this film and the directing and the acting all come together to create a fucking amazing film. I was blown away by this film. I thought it was just going to be like a really cookie cutter based on true events type film, but as soon as the plot kicked in within about 5 minutes of the movie starting, I was gripped. Like, I was lying down on the couch, and as soon as everything kicked in, I literally sat up and was glued to the screen, because the performances were just so good from the three lead actors, even from the people outside the bank, the police chief, and then a lot of the hostages with inside the bank. Everybody in this film, from lead actors to supporting actors to the writing to the cinematography, the music, the sound design, everything about this film was really, really good, and I hope a lot more people watch this film, because this is fucking quality cinema. Really, really good. Like, if you went and saw this at the movies, you would be absolutely stoked with this movie. You would not be upset with paying $15 or whatever for a ticket. This was a really, really good movie. The film obviously has a lot to say based on race and class issues that were in South Africa at those times. I mean, I'm sure they still exist, but this was during apartheid, which is one of the harshest and worst living conditions for a group of people ever in the history of the world. I felt like they really portrayed that well in the film. Like, a lot of the content that's in here is quite shocking and can make you take a step back if you're not comfortable with the language that's used, or, you know, the ideals that certain people hold. Obviously, these are all actors and it's all dramatized, but I felt that it was pretty realistic on a lot of fronts. Credit to the people who made the film. It felt real and I was engrossed the entire time. So big thumbs up to them. I think they all did a really good job. Now, this movie does take inspiration from a few other films, most notably I would say Heat and Inside Man, but it does have a little bit of drama in there as well, taking a lot from Mandela the film as well. I feel like this is a really good blend of a historical drama and a tight action thriller that just overall is a fucking really good time. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes, so it's not really that long. It says everything it needs to say. The cinematography is gorgeous. A lot of the performances were really, really strong here. Definitely invoking a lot of emotion out of me while I was watching it. I'm feeling something, you know, like there's no way that I could possibly imagine how they actually feel, but they made me feel something. And you just got to give it up to the writers and the actors, because they fucking killed it. That's why I'm going to give Silverton Siege a 9 out of 10. So tell me, guys, has anyone watched Silverton Siege yet? If you have, comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. This is another really good South African film that's come out in the last, year or so. I really hope that we get more South African films, because if they're going to be at the quality of Silverton Siege, and there was one that I reviewed last year as well, Angelina, which was a completely different film, but again, really, really high quality coming out of South Africa. So let's see some more South African films. Watch this movie, guys. I highly recommend it. If you want more international stuff, if you want to be able to see more of these sorts of things, you have to watch the ones that are given to us. Show Netflix that we're like, yes, give us more South African films, and hopefully that'll work and we'll get to see more. So that was the review, guys. Hope you really enjoyed it. As always, click through to another video. We'll keep having some fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.